king, I am not a god, I am Hump Day!
What's good, YouTube? In today's video we're going for a trip at destination FELARX Build for level 9999 enemy steel path in Warframe. Let's go! Welcome back, Tano. I hope you enjoyed the speedrun. Before I show you the build, you need to know I use a method called DVS. Now, D stands for damage, how I'll be dealing damage. V stands for viral, for 325% more damage to enemies' health. And S stands for strip. Reducing enemies' armor will increase your damage because you will reduce their damage reduction. Now, for FELARX, there is two ways you can build this weapon, either for crit and non-crit. I highly recommend using this weapon for non-crit builds. Even if you go to Warframe market for Rivens, you'll see that negative crit chance is the highest and the most expensive Rivens out there. And you need to keep in mind this weapon is really one-shotting or two-shotting tops, so you need to figure the V and S to be very fast and instant to unlock the full potential of the weapon, so the enemy you hit, there is no coming back for it. Now, before I show you the build, there is a big question in Warframe about building these three weapons, FELARX, Fenmore, and Latium. Which build should I go for? Crit or non-crit? I highly recommend you go for non-crit because this weapon doesn't boost your critical chance in any way, alright? And a lot of Thanos thinking about the FELARX in current form sucks, and today I will prove you wrong, as we will use his normal form and his in current form, and you'll see it deals a lot of damage if you didn't pay enough attention in the speedrun. And here we are, the unique trait, headshot charge in current form alternate fire, transforms the weapon into in current form of semi-automatic dual pistols. The dual pistols, they may seem AoE, but they are not AoE weapons, okay? Primed point blank for 165% damage. We need this because the fourth evolution is multiplicative to base damage. Toxic barrage, 60-60 toxin statue chance. Galvanized savvy on 80% statue chance. On kill, 40% direct damage per statue type, affecting the target for 20 seconds, stacks up to 2 times. Vigilante armaments for 60% multi-shot. Galvanized hail for 110 multi-shot. On kill, 30% multi-shot for 20 seconds, stacks up to 4 times. Primed Clans of Urikin, this one is a multiplicative damage to faction. You switch it depends on the enemy you're fighting. Grineer, Corpus, Infested, and so on. Primed Charged Shell for 165% electricity. Primed Shielding Grasp for 165% cold. As you can see, I tried to stack in there as many damage possible for the fourth evolution. Now, Soft Hand for weapon recoil and accuracy. Primed Deadhead on precision headshot kill, 120% leads to 360% total. 30% headshot multiplier, really amazing scales all the way, and minus 50% weapon recoil. Now, you're pretty much ready in this point. Now, you'd ask me, Hank, okay, what if I have a Riven? Now, if you have a Riven with cold, you replace Primed Chilling Grasp. If you have a Riven with electricity, you replace Primed Charged Shell. If you have a Riven with Toxin, you replace Toxic Barrage. If you have a Riven with multiplicative to faction, you replace Primed Clans Urikin. The whole idea of this build is minimizing the critical chance as much as possible for Evolution 4. So you want a Riven like, for example, this one is just perfect. Damage, multi-shot, critical chance. So I would replace this one instead of Primed Clans Urikin. Or you go for damage, heat, and minus critical chance. I will replace this one instead of Shielding Grasp right here. As you can see, the damage got increased already, and that's what I want. And my critical chance gone from 10 to 1.8. But the showcase for level cap and the showcase for today, I don't use Rivens at all because I can deliver for you a build and expect you to buy a Riven. Maybe you have platinum, maybe you don't, maybe you don't want to invest enough for this weapon. So I delivered for you pure. You decide what to do with it. Talking about that, going for the evolutions. Evolution 1, you hit headshots and then you activate the incarnate form by hitting the button on your mouse wheel like you're performing a heavy attack on your melee weapons. Evolution 2, we're going for 50% projectile speed. Alright, now You can go for recoil or accuracy when aiming, but these nothing compared to the projectile speed, really important. Now, evolution 3, you got first the mounting momentum, reload increase fire rate by 10% per shell, resets on reload. You got the evolved auto loader, 50% magazine reload and hostile, not really, but this one, reload, toggles the weapon between 100% projectile speed and 4-meter punch through. Now remember, this weapon has an infinite body punch through with the projectile speed, makes it really amazing. It's like a small gamble like Kume. Now, evolution 4, we got the negative critical chance and plus statue chance. Alright, this one and this one we don't really care about. We're not building this weapon for critical chance, as this weapon is one shot to kill. Okay, so going for evolution 4, which is the most important, 50% chance to deal 2000% damage on non-critical hit. This is multiplicative to base damage, and this is really powerful and insane, and this is what makes the 3 dragons, Latium, Fenrir and FELARX, one of the best weapons in the game. This perk right here, and the E doesn't even dare to nerf it because people will be very upset because it's gonna ruin the weapon actually. Now, if you pay attention to the weapon, it's built for corrosive. So, you can use 2 Emerald Archon shards to armor strip, reaching 14 stacks of corrosive, but that's too slow. The weapon kills the enemy before even its armor stripped. So, this is out of the way. I modded for corrosive for the power of the damage in there, okay? Now, the helmet ability I'll be using is Tempest Barrage to proc corrosive on the enemies, and I'll be using the Viral Tempest for 10 stacks of Viral, making enemy more vulnerable to damage in their HP by 325%. Remember DVS, boys. Now, the Tempest Barrage is perfect because it will prepare and cook those enemies for me. So I just go like boom, 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 one-shotting everything. Now, Shotgun Amp, you can use Holster Amp if you want to. Alright, Vigorous Swap when you swap between weapons. Arcane Rage on Headshot, 15% chance for 180% damage to primary weapons. Arcane Tempo on critical hit. You will not really crit, so you can replace this one, but sometimes you do if you're not using Riven specially. Okay, 15% chance for 90% fire rate to shotguns for 12 seconds. That's pretty much it. And I use Revenant, so I make sure that I don't boost the weapon in any way. No Roar, no Eclipse, no Vex Fury, nothing. So you can just take the weapon in any Warframe, even Excalibur with Tempest Barrage and Viral Tempest, Arcane Rage, Arcane Tempo, Shotgun Amp, and you'll be good. You can perform the same and you can do the same damage. Alright? Now, we are ready. Decoming from the FELARX and Revenant. The V and the S coming from the Tempest Barrage, and the 2 Emerald Archon shards. Tempest Barrage itself will armor strip the enemies, and we're good to go. Now, if you don't like my method on armor stripping and proccing Viral, of course, you can check this shit right here. It will help you maneuver around that for your own likings. The question I get asked the most in the community is, Hank, which one is better? The normal FELARX or the incarnate form of the FELARX? The short answer is the normal form of the FELARX. The long answer is the normal form of the FELARX has a high multi-shot, and the incarnate form of the FELARX has a low multi-shot. Even you will feel sometimes the incarnate form deals more damage, but the multi-shot, the high multi-shot on the normal FELARX make up for that damage missing. Okay, so let's say on the incarnate form you hit 30 million, in the normal FELARX you will be hitting 4 million 20 times. You get the comparison here. So, how you would utilize that and why people say the incarnate form is bad. First, everyone's saying the incarnate form is bad because it's bad against the Demolist in Disruption, because this weapon got entitled for Disruption, because we used this weapon, we abused this weapon in Disruption. Myself, I done endless Disruption missions using the FELARX, and that's what it got famous for. That's why everybody forgot the incarnate form, because it failed on Disruption. I'm here to tell you that's wrong, because if you play in Disruption, yes, use the normal form. You want to deal with the damage attenuation. Multi-shot is really amazing. In the normal missions, where you're gonna go Steel Path, level cap, and so on, there is a lot of enemies and you don't have enough ammo. Okay, so how are you gonna play? I would say simple as this. You'll be hitting with a normal form, all the enemies, pop, 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 pop. Okay, and if you bring them in, there is infinite body punch through. You'll be fine. And then what you got the incarnate form. You want to activate it to save you from consuming your ammo, and it will deal as much damage and it will one-shot level cap. Simple as that. So, normal form, keep it for the Demolists, single targeting, okay? And in the normal gameplay, Steel Path, Cascade, Survival, Exterminate, and so on, use the normal form. activate the Incarnon and go back to the normal form. Like play them both, and let me show you exactly what I mean. We're gonna be using only the D. VS, we're gonna talk about them in a second. Let's go. So this is the normal form. Just give it a second for the Arcane and the Galvanized. Alright, now we start counting from now. Alright, let's go. Check this out. Now you'll see how much damage this deals. Look, you see the how many numbers? You see how many numbers? That's the power of multi-shot. Now it gets tricky because if you look in a wall right here, how the bullets goes. You see how the bullets goes? You see? They are not a single bullet. They are a lot going like this. So make sure all of them hits the head. So if I hit here, I'll still hit him. You see? Look, I'm on top of his head. Like, see? Even I go a bit far. Here, look. See? And even if I hit under the head, I'll still hit. Because it's body and head at the same time. So you try to a bit like so. Right about here. It takes practice, but yeah, pretty much that. There you go. Boom. You want most of them to be in. So if I get so close, it's inevitable for him to survive any of the shots. Alright, even the damage didn't show all of it. Okay, so like 400,000. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. Now if you activate the Incarnon form, it takes long to activate. Anyway, so here we go. Boom, 600. 729, 26. Now you can see the damage is high, but the problem is not enough multi-shot. Okay, 700. We go 600, 800, and you see even the damage is high. It's not one-shotting most of them. Okay, well, that's got good one-shotted, but still, you can feel it's a bit back from the Incarnon form. Now, after the update to the quality of life change, that the semi-auto you can actually hold and you're going like this, you don't have to click anymore, makes this weapon is usable again, and it's really amazing. Okay, now let's deactivate the Incarnon form and talk about DVS. Now, starting with the stripping enemies with the normal form. Stripping this guy, hold on. Boom. So we was doing like 400. Like that, 1 million. 1 million. 1 million. 1 million. So we almost doubled the damage, right? 1 million and 4. Alright, let's go. Here we go. 1,800,000. This guy. Now I don't care how you strip, right? You strip with a a secondary weapon, Epitaph, for example. I don't care how you do it. The most important is you strip me those guys, okay? There you go. Boom, 1 million, 1 million, and so on. Now let's activate the Incarnon form to be fair to both parties. This guy is stripped. 2,400,000. You see? The damage is higher on this guy, okay? But the multi-shot is lower. That's why it sucks. Now, just if, the Incarnon form was a bit AoE and it has the same multi-shot as the base, that's a different story. Now, remember, these are two pistols, semi-auto pistols. So that's like, it should have stayed the same, become bigger shotgun, and stay like has some AoE with it, but whatever. All right. So now, if we apply the V, which is the viral, all right. We're going to be using Tempest Barrage now to armor strip, as you can see, and proc viral in there. Alright, so this is the Incarnon. We're going to start with the Incarnon form. 4,600,000, 8,600,000. There you go. Look at that, 8,100,000. 8 million. 8 million. There you go, 10 million. 2 million. Alright. So you start getting the idea here. Alright, now let's deactivate the Incarnon form and check how the non-Incarnon performs under a full DVS. Alright. 11 million. 11 million. There you go. Now these are not headshots, guys, so give it a second. 11 million. So pretty much like 11 million is your hit in there. So with high multi-shot, 11 million isn't a joke, boys. So keep that in mind. And now, for the Thanos that want to build this weapon for critical chance, I don't recommend it, but I'm here to deliver, right? That's totally up to you. What you want to change is Evolution 4. Instead of Racking Wrath for minus critical chance, to the Brutal Edge for plus 10. And keep this one, Evolution 4, for that if you don't crit 2000% damage. Okay, so I highly recommend that even if you build it for crit, don't pass the 70% critical chance, so you leave the 30% chance that you're not going to be critting. and to get that 2000. Alright, multiplicative damage, prime ravage for critical damage, critical declaration, vigilante armament, savvy, contagious spread, prime point blank, galvanized hell, primary deadhead, and that's pretty much it. Okay, let's go now before the just the D without the VS. There we go. Getting the Incarnate form, activating Incarnate form. Now you can see what I meant in a better way, comparing the normal form to the Incarnate form earlier. So even if you use for crit, try to use the main one. Will give you a better chance at killing. There we go. Now don't get me wrong. It's not bad to build for crit, but the weapon itself, it doesn't motivate to build for crit. Okay, that's the main issue here. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. Now, if we armor strip this guy, let's reload. Go. Go. It'll be still one-shotting, but not as powerful as the non-crit build. Now, if we go full DVS, to be fair to the both, crit and non-crit, so... There we go. 1,100,000. 2,200,000. 1,100,000. 1,800,000. 1,100,000 in non-crit for 2000 for the 1000%, and you got the other one yellow crit. So yeah, in the end, my rating for this weapon is 10 out of 10 when it comes to damage, 7 out of 10 for the Incarnate form, 5 out of 10 for the reload speed. And to be honest, you must have this weapon. It's really powerful. I delivered Latium already. This is the FELARX, and next time will be the Fenmore. Right? They are the 3 dragons of Warframe, one of the best weapons, and you must have them. I want to say special thanks to everyone supporting the channel in any way, liking, subbing, commenting. Big love to you all. Join our community Discord, link in the description, to ask questions, to ask for help in Warframe, and all that you need. Special thanks to special VIPs, Reka, Kai, Illusion, and Orfrir, and Disputed Donator, Free Hate. Big love to you, brother, and thank you so much for your support. Hall of Donations, Free Hate, Kali, Rek, Orfrir, Victor, Mr. V, Mika, Wes, Milan, Illinois, and Noob Master, and everyone in my community. Big love to you all, and thank you so much for watching. See you next time.